up, fishing fiends? Today we're going to Patagonia Lake. This is gonna be my first time there. It's my son's birthday, so we decided to rent a cabin and take him to Patagonia Lake. It's the middle of July in southern Arizona, and it is crazy hot. It's gonna rain the entire time we're there. But when I was looking at the weather forecast, rain isn't going to start until 11 o'clock. So the plan is to wake up early and be out on the lake before it rains and hang out inside when it's raining. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully we catch some fish, and the kids want to eat some fish, so we're going to try and do the whole bluegill thing. If they catch a bass that is less than 2 pounds, I'm gonna let them eat it because that's what they're into, and it's his birthday and all that. So there's gonna be some fish eating going on. It's like the one I got you for your birthday, but it's a little different. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. Come here. You gotta be careful because these hooks are super sharp and there's 3 of them, okay? So you want to get it so that it's kind of close to the tip. And then you can do it overhead, but make sure you're not doing it next to your mom. And then, like, look, you make sure it's nice and straight, and then you reel it in. It's pretty easy, okay? Here. And I'll help you. There you go. Yeah. You felt that bite? Oh, you got bites! Yeah.
Right there, maybe.
Let me do it for you. So this is too much, and it's kind of dangerous. So you want to have it kind of to the top, so you don't hook yourself. And then you don't bring this one up and over, you bring it to the side, okay? Oh, oh. Not like that. All right.
What's over there?
Oh, you see that right there? There's a fish right there. Ah, I couldn't reach it. Here. Yeah, do it, baby. You got off? Heck yeah.
Oh, it fell off.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe the hooks are too big.
No, it's cause like this is
Tricky.
he's not hooking them.
Okay.
He'll get it. He'll get the hang of it. He just has to
Practice like what I did with the other rods.
yeah.
And those are hooks.
So remember to sweep it. Yeah, and then don't keep sweeping it. Just hold it like that and then just reel it in. And don't reel it in too fast when you do have a fish because they'll jump off.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Get the thing.
Yeah.
Get the thing. Here's a
Alright,
That's
baby
a big
boy.
bluegill.
Come on, bring it in, bring it in. Yeah.
Dinner.
Is my camera on?
Yes.
Perfect. It's a different kind of bite, huh? It feels different on the rod.
Feels like rocks.
Do you want to do it?
Feels like rocks.
It does feel like rocks, that's right.
Oh no, I got to the inner gill.
Okay.
I like got it down. I keep getting it down its throat.
All right.
Put it this way.
Perfect. It's locked. Okay. Hopefully the bass doesn't try to eat it.
Then we'll have a bass.
I just turned it on. Alright.
Right here?
Yeah, right here's gonna be our spot.
There's a man looking at all the time. I bet he had a kayak. Whoa.
Don't. It's gonna fall again. Here, give it to me. Let's walk around right here real quick. Okay. Yeah, and they probably have a bathroom.
Yeah, and they probably had a shower and everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put a hook on here with no weight. And if you need a weight, let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here. Ready for your worm.
How am I gonna?
Here, let's take it down there. This is not a good spot for this. Just don't fall. Don't let the worms fall in the water, okay?
How am I gonna?
Be careful.
This?
Look. Don't let it fall in the water. This is a nice flat spot.
Maybe we rent stuff over here.
This?
Yes, like that, baby. Yeah, bring it down to shore. Bring it down to shore.
And it's a big one.
Ugh. Is my camera recording?
Yes.
I don't know if I caught you catching it because I was putting my rod down. Good job, baby. You wanna rig up your worm again?
Yeah.
Be careful with these branches. And be careful you don't step on the thing. Good job, baby boy.
Fish on.
Lift it up, baby. Lift it up. Come on. Let some of that line out. I don't want you to mess up your rod.
Okay. That.
Is my camera recording?
Yes. Are we keeping that one?
Yeah, let's just keep them.
Except the males.
I can't really tell. Okay, he's off. You still have your worm. You want to check it. Be careful with my rod, okay? So if you don't try to pull don't reel past the weight, okay? You have to stand up. I mean, you can sit down right now, but
No, but nibbles. Fishy?
all right.
Hey, listen, see?
Yes, you did. Good job. Okay. They like that green worm, huh?
I'm gonna throw down. I don't think they'll mind the hook.
This is day 3 of fishing at Patagonia Lake, and it was pretty much sprinkling the whole time. I have the waterproof case on, so you can't really hear what I'm saying. It's kind of muffled. My family decided to go back to Tucson and not hang out at the lake because it was drizzling. So I just stayed back for about 2 hours trying to catch more bluegill to put in the freezer and to try to catch a bass on a live bluegill. If you want to become the boat, you need to get a Rodrunner. This was one of the best investments I've made for fishing. I love this thing, and I'll be making more videos about the Rodrunner. So this is my little setup right here. I have two rods, one rigged up for live bait and one rigged up for like lures, spinners, and I could rig up anything. I had so much stuff in the backpack. But this is how I kind of set myself up. I had a net in the Rodrunner, two rods. I had the fish that I was keeping on a stringer, a noiseless stringer. I had some worms, and I'll just put that in the net, put my backpack on, walk around and look for some juicy spots. Since I started taking my kids bluegill fishing, I've learned that spots like this are the juice for bluegill. You're gonna find bluegill right here, and people aren't gonna fish this spot right here. You can get hung up, and it's kind of hard to get in there. But I just do it, you know. Like I just kind of work my line in there and drop down a worm, and I usually can catch some pretty nice bluegill doing it this way. Right here it looks like I'm jigging the worm, but what I'm actually trying to do is get my line in the water. So I'm kind of moving my line out of the way, kind of trying to move some grass out of the way. And when it hits the water, you can see that I kind of let it stay still for a little bit. I do jig it in the water, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Right here you can tell that my worm is in the water and I'm just letting it sit there. Again, I just kind of move my rod tip up and down until I can get the line in there, and then I just kind of let the bait sit there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yes. I caught a bunch of really nice bluegill doing this. If you're trying to do the bluegill thing, this is a really good way of doing it at Patagonia Lake or any lake really. Try to find spots that people aren't fishing where you could drop a line in there. And this rod is a 6'6" rod, and I'm 6 feet tall, so for me this is kind of the perfect size for close quarters. I think if it was any shorter it'd be hard for me to kind of reach in there and get it in, but everybody's different, so kind of work with the equipment that's good for your body and how tall you are and what you feel comfortable doing. But I'm just sharing what works for me. You have to excuse this rain droplet on the lens. I'm still learning how to do this stuff, and I am constantly checking the lens now to make sure that it's clean and that the footage is going to come out good. But yeah, live and learn. It was raining. I had the waterproof case on. I didn't really take my hat off to check the lens. So just a reminder, I'm using a single split shot about 18 inches from the hook, and that's the only weight I have. It makes it easier to kind of get into places like this if you keep the rig very bare bones. If the bluegill is really tiny, I'm gonna throw it back. I am trying to catch fish to feed the kids because they like eating the bluegill. It's fun for them. It's how I talk them into going fishing, and it's all good. I guess we're gonna be doing. We've been doing a lot of pan fishing, and I've actually been getting into it. So it's funny how things work out. Like I like fishing for catfish and bass, but since my kids like to eat the fish, I've been doing a lot less of that. So this is what a male looks like. It usually has a very colorful underbelly, typically orange like this. And these are the ones we need to be throwing back. Um, I'm okay with harvesting fish, but I also want to do it in a way where I'm having a positive impact on the fishery. So if I'm gonna harvest a bass, I want it to be like a small bass. Same thing with the catfish, and with the bluegill, it's a little different. So we throw back the males, we keep the females. And same thing with the crappie and things like that. So at this point in the day, I'm definitely transitioning to really focusing on trying to catch a bass. I've already caught a bunch of bluegill. So now I'm trying to catch a bluegill that's on the larger end so I can target a bass. So I was trying to get like a 3-inch or bigger bluegill so I can target a big bass or a big catfish. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm fishing the grass lines in hopes that I get a big bluegill. I noticed that this guy in this bass boat was catching bass over here in this little cove. So I decided to take this bluegill and throw it kind of right at the opening of this cove to see if I would get anything. I noticed that I got a bite right away, but it didn't take it. So I was checking my rod and just making sure there wasn't a fish trying to grab it. I decided to check my bait because I definitely had a hit, but it didn't hook itself or anything. So I wanted to make sure that that bluegill was still on there. I put on a pretty big bluegill. I think it ended up being closer to 5 to 6 inches. So I thought maybe it ripped itself free because I hooked it through the lips. So I just wanted to check the bait, make sure I wasn't just out there with a baitless hook. This duck is messing with my bluegills, so I scared it off. The bluegill's still on there. You can see how big it is. So a big fish is gonna come after this if they do hit it. It's important to check your baits. It's okay, guys, check the bait and then just make sure you're out there with some bait. The rain is starting to pick up here, and that's what the little pops and crackles are. It's rain droplets hitting my GoPro case. I was getting ready to pack up everything and go, and then I get a big ol' hit. I knew I had a huge fish on because it was taking so much drag and it was fighting really good, and that bluegill was ginormous. So I wasn't horsing it, I was letting it run, but I was also not creating any slack. You can tell my rod is bent, and I'm taking up line when it's not running, and I'm not playing with it either. I caught a big old football. Look at this thing. Just amazing. This is why I love Patagonia. I fell in love. How can you not fall in love with Patagonia after you catch a ginormous bass like this? My adrenaline was going strong, and I put the lip gripper onto the scale wrong, so it's kind of hard to get a reading. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that this was a 5-pound fish. This is my personal best bass. I caught it at Patagonia Lake by the visitor center. It was released there. I don't have footage of me releasing it because my GoPro died, and it didn't catch the release. It was raining pretty hard. I didn't want to put a new battery in it. So this is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe,